where I put that cap. I also don't know where I put my glasses. That's fun. That's okay. It's not important. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Is you okay? Not really. I don't know. Like it's so like my grandfather's passing away, right? And I don't. It's weird. It's weird. Because anytime like a family member has passed away, or is on the verge of passing away, or whatever, not even family member, like a family friend or whatever, like it's always hit me, like I cry, I get emotional, whatever. My grandfather, no, it hasn't. I don't know what this is that I'm feeling. Because the thing, I'm like I'm not feeling anything. It's I know eventually I will. Like I know eventually it will hit me. But right now, I don't know. Like I was over at, so I was at the beach yesterday for the 4th of July. We were with my family. Like, all of us, like me, my wife, my kids, we were at the beach. We went to every year around this time, my family rents out condos on the beach because they have a timeshare over there. And so the rest of the family goes over there and they rent out condos, or like it's the last week of June. Usually it's the last week of June. And then it's the whole month, right? So like my aunt and uncle, they have a condo there at the beach for an entire month, from like the last week of June to the last week of July. And so like we were there 4th of July yesterday, and the family's there and everything like that, and so like everybody's there. I stayed with my grandfather yesterday, so that way like my aunt could get a break from being cooped up and watching him or whatever. And so I told her, go to the pool, go have fun, and go relax. I'll stay and I'll watch Abuelo. It's fine. And so I'm there with him, and like he's yesterday he was he would move around, like he would take off his blanket, and so because he was hot, so I also didn't want him to be cold, so like I raised up the temperature on the AC. I lowered the fan, so that way like he could have the blanket off. And hey, Brogman, thank you for becoming a member again. So I was with him yesterday, and we were there pretty much most of the day at the beach. And so while we're there, or while I'm there, watching him, I see that he's having trouble breathing and everything like that, and so when we were getting ready to leave, you know, we say bye to everybody, and you know, I say bye to my grandfather, and he kind of like snaps out of it, and like he looks at me and he waves bye. And like, I know that that's the last interaction that I'm ever gonna have with my grandfather. You know, like where it's a legit interaction, where it's not, you know, not like it was today where he's just not there anymore, you know? And even knowing that that's the last time that like he was alert enough to know that I was leaving, you know, even knowing that, it just does, like, it, I don't know, it just doesn't register. And I've never felt this way before, and this is the weirdest feeling that I've ever had, because I'm not used to this. Like, I'm used to, how can I put this? Like, I've dealt with death a lot, you know, in my life, and growing up, and you know, just I've just been around death a lot, and I know, because I help people with their grieving, and so like I know that there's different stages of grief and all of that, but and everybody grieves in their own way, but this is the first time that I've ever just, I don't know, just not registering. And the thing is, like, so we were there today, or I was there today, and like the whole family was there, because I was working, so I couldn't come home and pick up you know, pick up my wife and the kids and then go down there, because I was working all day today. So so after work, like, I was supposed to have practice with my guitar player, because we were supposed to have a show on Wednesday, which we canceled our show on Wednesday because my grandfather's passing away. He's gonna pass away sometime between tonight and Wednesday. And you know, it just, like, I called up my guitar player. I told him, hey, you know, I'm gonna have to cancel the show on Wednesday. My grandfather's passing away. And he, you know, my guitar player is freaking awesome. And so he's like, yeah, no, dude, I understand. Go be with your family. Do what you gotta do, man. That shows can wait. I mean, it's fine. And so I told him, like, I kind of feel bad, because, you know, I know, you know, you were looking forward to the show. I was looking forward to doing the show. But we just can't do it right now. You know, he's like, that's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. You know, do what you gotta do. So, so, you know, I called up the venue where we're supposed to have I sent her a text. And I called her too, but she didn't answer. So I sent her a text telling her that, you know, like, yeah, telling her what's going on. And she's super cool, because she loves having us over there, you know, the band and everything. So she's super cool. She was like completely understanding, and she's like, don't even worry about it. You know, like, we'll miss you over here for Wednesday, but it's fine. Just be with your family, because that's more important. You know, so I went over there today, and, you know, everybody came up from Miami, because that's, you know, that's where I'm from. I'm from Miami, and so everybody, like the family, all came up today, and I missed most of them because I was working. But, you know, when I got there, a good chunk of the family was still there, and like these past 2 days has just been so, like, I just been having such bad deja vu, because the last time that we were in this position was when my grandmother passed away. And my grandmother, she passed away 8 days from today is the anniversary of her passing. So on the 14th is when my grandmother passed away, July 14th, and in the same place that my grandfather's passing away. So like yesterday when I was there, like I was texting my cousin, because she lives in Washington, and her and I were really close, and so I was texting her. I was like, I'm having really bad deja vu right now. I'm sitting in the same spot where I was with Abuela when she was passing away. And now I'm in the same spot with Abuelo. You know, like I'm sitting in the same exact spot with Abuelo as he's passing away now. Now, you know, and here's the thing. This is why I know that there's something wrong with me right now. Is because like I turned it into like a joking kind of lighthearted situation where I told my cousin, I was like, all that we're missing now is for Esther, my aunt, to just start throwing holy water at me. That's a whole story from when my grandmother was passing away. That's I mentioned in Discord that and you guys didn't pay any attention when I said this. But I put in Discord that my family waits for me. You know, when something like this is going on, with like if somebody's passing away or whatever, like, or something, my family waits for me because I'm the one who helps the family members to like pass on and like cross over and all that stuff. Like I'm the one in the family who does that. And so my family waits for me. And so when I got there today, like everyone in my family was like thanking me for being there and showing up. And I'm thinking in my head, and I'm like, I'm like, he's already gone. Like he's gone. You know, like his body's there, but he's not there. You know, like it's, and like I could see it, right? Like I'm because I saw him yesterday. So from yesterday to today, even just the little bit of movements that he was doing yesterday and him saying bye to me yesterday, compared to today, like he's not there. And you know, my dad, and I know how my dad is. I know when my grandfather, like when it's done, my dad's gonna be a complete wreck. I know how he is. And it sucks. But he's gonna be a really, really big mess. And so like, so my dad, he's like, oh, you know, he's stubborn. He doesn't want to leave. You know, he doesn't want to go. And so I told my dad, I was like, no, you keep telling yourself that, but he's already gone. He's not there. His body's doing whatever his body's doing, but he's not there anymore. You look at him, he's not there. He's not responsive. His eyes are just glazed over. He's just, his body's just there. Like he's just breathing, and that's it. You know, it's like hospice came, and you know, they said, well, you know, he's not agitated, he's not in pain or nothing, you know, so we're not going to move him. We just let him pass, you know, let him pass there at, you know, at the beach. And you know, so I you know, like I see everybody, you know, like my whole family is there, and they're all teared up, they're all crying, you know, saying their goodbyes, and I feel like an asshole because I'm not crying. Even my wife is like crying, and like I just feel like an ass because I don't know what is wrong with me right now. You know, like out of everybody in the family, I'm the one who's like, has like the like the super emotional, like I'm like the super emotional person in my family. Like I'll cry for everything, you know. That's how I am. But I don't know. Like Maria's like, well, maybe, you know, maybe you've already grieved. Maybe you've already like moved on. And I'm like, no, I know for a fact I'm going to crash. I know for a fact it's going to hit me really hard. I don't know when it's going to hit me, And I told her, I was like, when it does hit me, I'm going to need you, because it's going to hit me very, very hard. And the thing is that, like, out of all the cousins, I say cousins, like, you know, me, my cousin Ronnie, his brother Kevin, my other cousins, you know, like, we're all very close. We're a very, very close family. And the thing is, like, out of all of them, out of all the grandkids, I should say, I'm the closest one with my grandfather, because I would spend the most time with him. Just like when my grandmother passed away, my cousin who lives in Washington right now, and another one of my cousins, they were the closest with my grandmother. I got really close to my grandmother once we moved up here, so, you know, before she passed, so I got really close with her as well. But they lived with her for most of their lives, so they were the closest with her. But my grandfather, I'm the closest with when it comes to the grandkids. But I don't know. I don't know how to process this. Am I gonna process it? Like, this is the first time that I've never, like, broken down or anything. It's so weird. So weird. Like, when I started my YouTube channel, and I've told this story before, my YouTube channel started at a funeral. And it was a funeral for my, I consider him like an uncle, but it was my dad's best friend. It was a funeral for him. He had a heart attack, and during the heart attack he had a stroke, and he went into a coma, and then he passed away. That, when I heard that, I was devastated. Like, I was devastated. And, you know, like, at the funeral, I was a wreck, and, you know, my dad was a wreck. But fuck, I don't know. Like, my grandfather is the reason why I like to read. Like, he gave me my love of reading. He used to own a bookstore. They're Peruvian. So in Peru, he used to own a bookstore. And so, like, for birthday presents and for, like, Christmas gifts and stuff like that, he used to give us books. So, like, all the grandkids would get books for you know, for gifts. And we didn't mind it. So, like, me and my cousin, the one that lives in Washington, and I'm going to keep referring to her. So her name is Katie. Me and Katie, both of us attribute our love of reading to our grandfather. Like, the whole reason why we love reading as much as we do is because of him. My love of chess comes from my grandfather and my dad. You know, I used to play chess with my grandfather all the time. And so, like, we would be in his apartment because my dad used to live with my grandfather. That's why I spent so much time with him. So, you know, I used to play chess with my grandfather and my dad. And so my grandfather, my dad taught me how to play chess, but my grandfather is who made me really become, like, really good at chess. To the point that, like, I eventually beat my grandfather in chess, and then I beat my dad in chess as well. And so when I beat my dad in chess, like, I became, like, the new king in the family for chess, because there's believe it or not, there's a hierarchy for chess in my family. It went my uncle, Ronnie's dad, then it went my grandfather, then it was my dad. So my dad was, like, at the top of the hierarchy for chess playing. Because my dad used to compete in chess in high school. So he used to do, like, actual competitive chess tournaments and stuff like that. And so my grandfather, like really taught me how to play the game better and everything like that. And so like eventually I beat my dad in chess, and my dad was like, he couldn't believe it that I actually was, beating him in chess. And so, I became like the new top dog for chess in the family. And it's because of my grandfather why, I was in the chess team in high school. Well, my dad too, but more so my grandfather, because I used to play with my grandfather more than I played chess with my dad. But it's just weird. God, it's so weird. Because like if I was telling a story like this about like my grandmother or something, right? Like I would have gotten all teary-eyed by now. I'd have been crying like a baby by now. But my grandfather, I don't know. And like everybody today, when I was there, they just kept asking me, what do you think? What do you think? Is he going? Is he still there? Is his spirit around? It got to the point like I had to just like get up and walk away. I just walked away, and I walked over to the beach, and I just hung out at the beach, and I called my mom, and I talked with my mom on the phone for a while, about other things, like about the house that we're trying to buy, about what happens when my mom passes away, like what, like who gets what and stuff like that. Like she was telling me she's already like considering like how she's gonna divvy up whatever she has between me and my siblings. And like I was just like, the whole time I was there, I was like, it just got to the point I was like, I can't deal with this anymore, with like everybody just like keep, continuously asking me like, is he still here? Is his spirit gone? And like, these are like, my family's Hispanic, and they're very, very spiritual. They're very spiritual, and they know me. They know what I can do. They know what I do. So it, especially after my grandmother, like especially after my grandmother passed away, that was like an eye opener for like my entire family. Like my aunt, or two of my aunts, are like already knew that I was very spiritual, and like I that I can do things that other people can't. And so when my grandmother passed away, my grandmother was just like my grandfather, just like unresponsive and all that. And so like as I was sitting next to her, this was before hospice came and picked her up and transferred her to to the actual hospice. I was sitting with her, my aunt was sitting with her, and I kind of just like I whited out. I didn't black out. I whited out. I don't know if anybody, if you guys have ever heard that term before. But I whited out, and like I saw my grandmother, and like I saw, how like they say don't go to the light or whatever. Like like we were walking, like me and my grandmother were walking, and then all of a sudden like I get pulled back, and like I get like my aunt, she was like throwing holy water at me. Like saying a prayer and all this stuff, and like they sat me down, and like my other aunts looking at me, and like I was like out of it. I was like dazed, like just like eyes rolled back, kind of like out of it. And my aunt, she's like slapping my face, like she's like, "You're not supposed to go. It's not your turn. It's not your time. You don't go. You don't go." And so, like, as soon as they sat me down and I let go of my grandmother's hand, my grandmother, who had been unresponsive this entire time, she shot up out of bed, sat up, and just reached for me and just started yelling, "Camina, camina," which means walk in Spanish because we were walking. So she's like, camina, camina, te amo, te amo. And she was saying, walk, walk, I love you, I love you. And like my whole family was like freaking out because my grandmother, who hadn't been alert this entire time, you know, is now talking, is now like completely alert just for like that moment. And everybody's freaking the hell out. And my dad didn't know what the hell just happened. And like then at that point, like I just had everybody just like asking me all these types of questions, like all these different things, like what happened, what was that about, what the hell, like. And so ever since then, you know, now that like my entire family knows, you know, my connection to, you know, to the other side or whatever the hell you want to call it, you know, like they all, that's why I said they wait for me. They, you know, they ask me all these types of different questions and all these different things because of, you know, because of that. And, you know, it kind of sucks because it's overwhelming. You know, like it's, you ever have that moment where like everybody needs something from you and you just want to escape, you just want to get away from them because like you just like, just leave me alone for a little bit, you know, just stop bothering me. If you're a parent, you understand what that means, right? Like I know some of you guys are too young to be parents right now, but like Ashley knows what that means. You know, like Brian knows what that means. You know, like if you're a parent, you understand what I'm talking about. Where like the moment you walk, you get into the house, the moment you get home from wherever you were, everybody's just bombarding you because they all want something from you. That's how it felt today. Like I had worked all day, and you know, I went over. I wasn't expecting like my entire family to be up here today, and so, you know, I got to the condo, and the minute that I get there, everybody's just asking me all these questions about my grandfather, and I'm just like, I just got here. What do you want from me? I just got here. So he just got to the point. I just told him, like, he's not here. He's gone. Look at him. He's not here. That is not a person who is here anymore. Like, his spirit is gone. If he wasn't breathing, then that's it. But he's still breathing, so they can't be like, oh, yeah, he's passed. Because physically, he hasn't yet. And like I should be sleeping because I you know, I was tired after, you know, after working. I've been up since 6 a.m. I don't fucking know why, because I didn't have to be up until 8. But for some goddamn reason, I woke up at 6 a.m. 2 hours before I was supposed to wake up to go, you know, to go work today. And the weirdest thing too, okay, here's the weirdest fucking thing. The sun was up at 6 a.m. What the freaking hell? It's summertime. The sun doesn't need to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what the hell that was about, but it pissed me off. My grandfather is 97. It's 97. And like this past, I would say this past year, because it's been a year since he's been up here with my grandmother. So yeah, I would say this past year has been so fucking rough. So unbelievably rough for him. And for my aunt. And like there's not much that I can honestly do to, or that I could honestly do to help. I mean, I would go over there every now and then, hang out with my grandfather, you know, play some cards with him and my aunt. You know, I'd help my aunt out, and you know, I'd bring my massage table so that way I can help her, because you know, she's not young. to be able, to be lifting up my grandfather and, putting him in bed and helping him take a shower and all that stuff. Like, so, her back was killing her. And so, I would bring my massage table and give my aunt a massage because, she needed some help. So, like, I did whatever I could do, but so like I bring food. Like I make, a big thing of dinner and like I bring food. Like it's just, fuck, man. And to like be at a constant and I think that's probably one of the reasons why like I'm just kind of the way I am right now is because like the constant fucking battle that was going on with my aunt and my uncle and my dad, because they were supposed to be helping but they never really did this entire year. And I love them to death, but they never really like helped my aunt like the way that they were saying they were going to help out. Like they would come up here to visit when it was convenient for them, and never really, like this whole past year, never really gave my aunt a break to so she could spend time to do whatever she wanted to do. So this past year, except maybe like a couple weeks or something, or a day or here and there, this past year my aunt's just been taking care of my grandfather. And like it's been fucking rough just to see all that. And I'm not angry at them because I knew that's how they were gonna fucking hell. Why is that still on? Let me turn that off. Hold on. Caboose, thank you so much for the dono, man. I appreciate it. I didn't even realize I still had the fucking scare alerts on. That was for the Phasmo stream that we did. The past 2 Phasmo streams, actually. Hold on, let me turn this off. Give me a second here. What are you? Hold on. There you are. Hold on. I'm because I have alert variations on for more than one. Let's turn off bounce. We don't need a bounce today. Not in the mood for a bounce. Yeah, that scared the shit out of me too. Made me forget what I was talking about though. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It is what it is. I don't know. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Oh, but that was a good distraction because now I don't know what I was saying. I think right now the reason why like I'm not sleeping, or when I should be sleeping, I really should be. I was exhausted today. But I think the reason why I'm not sleeping is because I'm waiting. Like I'm waiting for that inevitable text or that phone call or that feeling. Like I'll know. You know how like, okay, you know how in Star Wars A New Hope when Alderaan blows up and Obi-Wan just kind of like, he feels like he just got punched in the gut and he sits down and then they ask him what happened and he's like, You know, like he felt what happened in Alderaan. That's what happens with me and people that I'm close with, or like family members and stuff like that. We're like, um, with my grandmother, I was at work, and they didn't, and I'll always hate them for this. I was at work and I was a manager, and they wouldn't let me go. This was when I was working at Advanced Auto Parts. They wouldn't let me go home, or they wouldn't let me leave early so I can be there before my grandmother passes away. And so while I'm at lunch, like I sat down, I ordered a pizza. I'm never gonna forget this either. I was at Sam's Club. I ordered a pizza. I just got my drink. I sat down with my pizza and my drink, and as soon as I sit down, I just get hit by this big ass wave, and I start crying. Like in the middle of the fucking food court area of Sam's Club, I just start crying. Like really badly. And not even 2 seconds after I start crying, because I already knew what happened. I knew my grandmother had passed away. Not even 2 seconds after that, Ronnie sends me a text. Then my dad sends me a text. Then my uncle sends me a text. They're all sending me texts, all of them. They all start sending me text messages that my grandmother passed away. I already knew it happened before they even sent me the text. But I you know, I couldn't leave. So then I had to close up as quick as I could and drive to hospice as quick as I could to make it there before they came to collect her body, because I wanted to see her before they collected her body. So I know that it's gonna happen. If I go to sleep, it's gonna wake me up if it happens in the middle of the night. You know, like it's just, I've never felt this way before, and it's just so fucking weird. It's almost like I'm like on, it's almost like I'm on like some sort of like drugs for like my moods and stuff like that, where it just like anxiety medication, where it just kind of just like mellows you out or some shit. Would have just left and worried about what happens after. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that because we just had a baby. My grandmother had passed a week after my daughter's birth. A week. Couldn't do that. And fucking hell. So right now it's the 6th. All right. So my daughter's birthday is tomorrow. Yeah. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow. The Wednesday. Somebody get rid of this asshole. So like my wife, she's getting upset because you know, she's like, I don't want people to, or you know, I don't want our daughter's birthday to get ruined or nothing like that. And I'm like, I told her, I was like, look, our daughter is such a, she's such a like pure-hearted kid. Like she's so, I told my daughter, I'm like, not my daughter, I told my wife, I'm like, our daughter shits out rainbows. Like she pukes out sunshine and rainbows and happiness, because that's just how my daughter is. You know, and my wife's like, I don't know where she gets that from. You know, I was like, she gets it from me, because I'm the one who looks at, you know, at the bright side of everything. I'm the one who you know, who's like always optimistic and everything like that, you know, in the family, in the relationship. And so I was like, it doesn't matter, you know, what happens. Like, her birthday's not going to be ruined because she will always make like a positive spin on whatever happens during that day. You know, like, you couldn't ruin her birthday even if you really wanted to try. You couldn't ruin her birthday. It'd be impossible, because that kid is just, she's something else. You know, and I don't know. All I know is that I'm just here waiting. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the phone call. I'm waiting for the realization to sink in and just hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm just waiting. I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's like my wife, she's been crying. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like my wife is crying, you know, for my grandfather passing. But I'm not. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. And like, I feel like I'm just gonna be some dick who's gonna be at the freaking, at the funeral or the wake or whatever. And like, everybody's gonna be crying. I'm just gonna be there. So I don't fucking know. I don't know. Meanwhile, we're here trying to buy a fucking house too. Go figure, like, everything just happens all at once. And the thing is too, is like, all this, like, everything gets delayed if you know, I can't delay the purchase of the house. Like, it's got to happen. We got to be out of here the 15th. It's done. The house is sold, and like, we got to be out of here on the 15th. So we have 9 days. We have 9 days to get out of the house. And we got to finish our closing this week. We got to finish the closing this week. So regardless of what's happening with my grandfather, I still need to close so we can move out of this house. So tomorrow, despite everything, tomorrow I need to go get the insurance for the house. And we got to finish this up. We got to finish the house, or the, you know, all the closing and the paperwork and everything. We got to finish it by Thursday or Friday, because we got to be out. We got to start moving on the weekend. I got to go rent a U-Haul and do all of that. And I got to paint. I got to, you know, I got to tile some rooms. I gotta fucking install AC into the garage for the house that we're moving into, or the house that we're buying. I mean, maybe you're right, Side Dragon. Maybe that's. I mean, just with everything going on right now, like it's just, my emotional capacity's probably just been put on hold. I don't know if maybe it's a fight or flight response or what. I don't know. Maybe that could be it. I mean, that could very well be it. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't put it past myself to do something like that, to be honest with you. Either way. All I know is it's 3 a.m. And even though I should be going to sleep, I don't want to. Because I know once I close my eyes, I'm going to get that phone call. I know. That's how it always works. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Like, I know that I'm not really doing anything, but I appreciate you hanging out with me. Ronnie was saying that he'll probably be heading up here, but I don't know if he should come up here or not. Just because, like, how can I put it? Like, if so, okay, so my grandfather passes away tonight or tomorrow. Not to mention we got a fucking tropical storm that's rolling by right now. It's rolling by. Actually, I don't even know where that storm is right now. It should be raining by now, but it's not doing, like, no rain, nothing. Oh, because it hasn't hit over here yet. Well, anyways, I mean, we got a freaking tropical storm rolling by. I don't think my cousin Ronnie's gonna drive up here in a tropical storm. I wouldn't recommend that, you know? Like, that's number one. Number two, if my grandfather passes, then not if, I mean when he passes. They're gonna take him to Miami, so it doesn't matter at that point. Oh yeah, the storm's by Key West right now, so yeah, it's gonna be here tomorrow night. Oh Jesus, storm's gonna be here tomorrow night. That means it slowed down. Cameron, I don't pray. I haven't prayed in a very, very long time. I don't I don't particularly believe in prayer. That's just me, though. And PJ, what it's not a it's not a matter of me staying strong. I just feel broken right now. Like, you know how, what was it? You know that episode of SpongeBob, and I don't even watch SpongeBob, but I watched it because my brother. But that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward makes SpongeBob think that he broke his laugh box. I kind of like, I feel kind of like that, where like I'm broken, like I don't feel emotion right now. And again, I know that's the fight or flight response going on right now. You know, I know that's what that is. Ashley, why'd you get kicked out of church? What did you do? Did you go in there and say, "Hail Satan"? I gotta upload some new music, man. Freaking Ronnie needs to hurry up and make some new music for us. Oh man, no, it's more than that though. Like I have music I can upload, but yo, Ronnie needs to make some more music so I can upload a volume 2 for Spotify, or you know, for music for everybody, not just Spotify, but it goes up on all, you know, everywhere. Did he really? That's messed up. That's messed up, Ashley. You were just asking him a question. Like, you weren't... That's messed up. No. Nah. Then you know what? If I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not a good pastor. And I'm not a religious person, right? So, but like... You want a pastor who's understanding. If he did that, then that is not a good pastor. I didn't think he would kick me out. That he showed his true colors on that, because nope. He let you back in after about 5 minutes. You know, it's funny. We're not gonna really have this full conversation because I'm not ready for like everybody to, you know, I don't want to like have this full on discussion with everybody because my own reasons. But if you think about it, what do you mean Spotify can't play this right now? God damn it! If you think about it, a lot of biblical figures live that way. So just putting that out there, okay? A lot of biblical figures live that way. The difference is they live that way because of religious reasons, versus how I am. It's not for religious reasons. It's because that's how I am. So him getting upset when like what he preaches, or like not, or like whatever they talk about in the Bible and stuff like that, that's, yeah, no, yep, that's very oh, what's the word I'm looking for? That's I can't think of the I can't think of the word that I'm looking for. Not contradictive. It's a different word I'm looking for. Oh, I don't remember the word I'm looking for. Whatever. I'll remember it later. I just can't think of it right now. Yeah, that Ichigo, that should stay on Discord. That's a topic for, like, you know, it's a very private topic. No, not counterintuitive. No, that's not the right word either. Think of it like this. Okay, so you preach, you kind of like you practice what you preach, or that's not even the word. Hypocritical. Thank you, Rain. Thank you. Very hypocritical of your pastor. That's what I was. Thank you. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Rain. I just couldn't think of it right now. My head's in a fog, honestly. Like, I can't even play games right now, to be honest with you. You know, like, I have my PS5 on. No, it's off now, but I had my PS5 on. And just, I just can't play games. Not like, my brain just won't register things right now. Not properly anyways. Sherry, if he's verbally abusive, that's not being good to you. And the sooner you learn that, the better you are. Verbal abuse is still abuse. That's not something that you should deal with because he's good to you despite it, or because you love him. The sooner that you learn that, the better you will be. Verbal abuse is still abuse. It starts as verbal. It can lead other places. Couples argue, but verbal abuse is abuse. So you need to learn the difference between an argument and verbal abuse. Nah, Sherry, that is never okay. That's never okay. God, I don't even remember where I uploaded my music to. Okay, I think that's where I did it. Oh, let me see my music. My music. My music. Yeah, I'm not gonna upload it right now, but got your 12 gauge. Well, you guys comfort Sherry there. I'm gonna use the restroom. Oh, and I'm gonna find my little dog Misty. I don't know where the hell she went. Enjoy my mess. I didn't know where she was. She was hiding. Actually, she wasn't hiding. She was sleeping on the sofa. Crazy dog. Usually she's here in the room hanging out with me, but nope, today she was just sleeping on the sofa. What's the matter? No, you don't want to come into the room with me? No. I don't think Sherry's listening to us. Sometimes you just gotta let people be how they're gonna be. You know the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink? Pretty much the same thing, right? Right, Misty? Right, little baby? I mean, yeah, no, I know, Ashley, I know. But that's just how it is. That's, you know, I know a lot of people like that. And I bet you do too. You can't make somebody get out of a bad situation. They have to do it themselves. That's, you know, that's just how it is. Right, Misty? Right. Good girl. You're a good girl. I need to get a Misty cam. That's what I need. I need a camera where, like, so you guys can see the dogs when I'm streaming and stuff like that. When I move. Like when I set up in the garage. We'll put like a bed for the dogs and put a camera so that way you can see the dogs. Not me. You don't want to see me. You want to see the dogs. Right, miss? Right, baby? Get a Misty camera and a Samus camera. Well, it'll be the same camera. Just have one bed. One dog bed and they'll share the bed. Although I know what would happen, to be honest with you. So I'll get the bed. Samus will sleep in the bed and Misty will still come under the table and just like lay down under the table. Because that's how she is. She just like follows me everywhere. And she just like wants to lay down and like just lay down by my feet. Right. Even now. You're on my lap, but you want to get down and you want to go just like lay down by my feet. Right, baby. Oh, I'd rather see the dogs too. So I don't blame you. She's tired. She's like, it's late. I want to go to bed. What are you doing awake? Let's go to bed. Misty. Misty. What is it? You tired? Tired? Yeah. You tired, little puppy? Her eyes are just like she's like so drowsy. You get a new dog? What kind of dog? Golden Eagle, you work? Since when? Since when do you work? Who needs work? I do. The more work, the more money I can make to pay for things for this house that we're getting. I got your ear. A British pit. What does that look like? Look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. You can tell like she's tired. Her eyes are just like closed. She's like, nope, I'm just gonna fall asleep right here. I don't care if I'm sitting up. I'm tired. It's so rough being a dog. I know. So tough. You get cuddles all the time. You get people feeding you. You get spoiled. It's so rough being you. So rough. Yeah, work now. Been on the grind for a few months. Nice, man. I don't know. I'm just shocked because the last time that, you know, or when you first started following the channel, I think you were like 15, 16. So, I mean, it's been a while. So, that's why I'm like, oh my god, you work? Like, some of you guys that are like OGs, like, I just, it's so weird, right? Like, Jake, for example. Jake pops in like once in a blue moon. You were 14. See, it's been freaking 4 years. You're 18 now. So Jake's another one. Jake, he started following the channel. I think he was 16. So now he's 20. And I think he's getting married or something like that. I don't know. Time has disappeared. Time goes by fast. Oh. Yeah, she just wants to lay down. She's like, her head is like conked on my chest. She's just ready to go to sleep. She's like, go to bed. Go to bed. Have you not seen one before? I mean, I've seen pit bulls. I don't know. Do they all look the same? Exodia, I haven't seen Exodia in a long time. Exodia used to be here all the time. Oh, I talk to Muscle almost every day. Yeah, I talk to Animated Muscle almost every day. He has a new YouTube channel. He does cryptocurrency on his new YouTube channel. His new channel is actually doing very well. Oh, you know what? You know what releases soon? what is it? Resident Evil Infinite Darkness releases like I think it's either today or tomorrow. God, I would love to like do episode discussions with people. That's the other thing too, is like something I've been thinking about a lot. If I'm gonna be honest, like I like, so I have Pilk and Omni, where like I talk to them almost every day, but like I don't have like any friends around here, right? Like I just none. Like I got my band members, but we don't go out, nothing like that. So like a lot of times, like I lately I've been getting hit with like that kind of like feeling alone. I haven't had that feeling for a while. I've been busy with a whole bunch of different things. I haven't had that feeling for a while, but like lately it's been hitting me really hard. And yeah, it's been something that's been like kind of like freaking poking at me in the back of my mind, just like constantly, like just remind me, hey, by the way, you don't have any friends around here to be able to hang out with anybody. So it's just something that's just been bothering me lately, like really badly. And also like that's one of the reasons why like I want to be able to play games with like with people online, and not just like co-op, but like 4 players or whatever, just because like I want to have like some sort of interaction with people, and I think that's one of the things that's been bothering me lately. So yeah, I mean just that in general, combined with everything else, I mean I think it's just all piling on, honestly. No, Ashley, you got too much baggage. Nope. Too much baggage. Ain't gonna work for me. Infinite Darkness comes out Thursday. Is it Thursday? Okay. But yeah, and like I've been wanting to to do a podcast with people, but I mean that's another thing. It's like I want to do a podcast with people, but Pilk has a podcast that he's doing. I asked Jared if he wanted to do like a Resident Evil podcast with me. He doesn't have the time for it. So yeah, I don't know. It's that overwhelming feeling of alone, It's that like constant overwhelming feeling. And like Muscle, like he doesn't have time for it either, because Animated Muscle, who's a good friend of mine. I've been friends with him for like 4 years now, I think. Ever since he popped up into my stream one day. And freaking love him to death. I fucking love that guy to death, honestly. One of the most genuine people I've ever had the privilege of getting to know. Just sucks he lives in the Cayman Islands. But his name is Nick. And so he had a daughter last year. And so like his life, like he just completely turned his life around. And because I mean he hit a low point in his life, like really bad. and I'm not gonna talk about it because that's his personal stuff. But you know, he's with somebody, and they had a baby together, and I think he bought a house. He you know, he's been heavy into investing in the cryptocurrency market, and he recently, because of his investments in cryptocurrency, he recently was able to just he opened up a gym. He just opened up a gym, I want to say about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago. So yeah, like he opened up a gym, which freaking awesome. Like, he's been posting on his Facebook like crazy regarding it, and it was kind of funny too, because like he told me he opened up a gym, and I was like, you opened up a gym? I didn't know you opened up a gym. And he's like, he's like, dude, that's how I know you don't freaking watch my he's like, that's how I know you don't watch my stories, because you would have known that I opened up a gym. And I'm like, my bad. I'm like, I don't go on Facebook much. I mean, we talk through Messenger and stuff like that, but I don't, you know, I don't go on Facebook. So I was like, you caught me, bro. You caught me. What I could do. Talk about that OnlyFans face to face. She. You ever looking for a good funny show? Check out the Owl House. I don't know. I don't usually watch comedy shows and stuff like that, like people recommend, just because like your taste in humor is it's probably different than my taste in humor and stuff like that. Like, my wife does that all the time. Like, she'll be like, oh, watch this, is funny. And so like she'll show me something to watch, and she's there laughing, and I'm just like, okay. It pisses her off. I don't do it on purpose. It's just that I don't find it funny. That's a muscle move, no pun intended, opening gym. Yeah, right. But he did it, and freaking that man, like, and I told him this too. I was like, I'm proud of you. I was like, I don't know if anybody says this to you enough. I don't know if you need anybody to say it to you, but I'm telling you that I'm proud of you for what you've done with your life. Because I am. I mean, like, I talked to him when he was at his low. I talked to him when he's at his high. Have you watched a new movie, Kevin Hart Fatherhood? No, I wanted to though. I haven't had a chance to. I haven't had a chance to sit down and just like watch stuff, to be honest with you. It's by the same studio that made Gravity Falls. See, I don't like Gravity Falls. She's passed out on my lap. Crazy dog. Free admission. Well, I mean, so Nick Muscle, he was like, dude, anytime you come to the Cayman Islands, you got free membership to my gym. And I was like, that's cool, bro. I appreciate that. Just let me go get a plane ticket, go to fly to the Cayman Islands to go to the gym. I Am Sam. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. That's an old movie. I have not seen that movie in a very long time. See, and he just posted up new pictures of it. He's like, a few photos from the Lift Studio gym. That's the name of his gym, Lift Studio. Like, here, I don't know if you can. Like, he's like, some new photos. Like, this man is just like super proud of his gym. Which by all rights he should be. All right, Golden Eagle, get some sleep, dude. I'll catch you later. Nerd. His name used to be Nerd. Nerdtendo, that was his name. Yes, I remember. Nerd. Have you ever watched the 100? Nope. I have not. Ouch. Ouch. So 96% of Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance's sales, 96% was on the was on PlayStation, PS4, PS5. Dude. That's crazy. That has a lot to do with Game Pass, though. So most of the revenue came from PlayStation. That's freaking crazy. Why haven't you? Because I don't have time to invest into I don't have time to invest into all these different shows, honestly. Or the game sucks. I'm not saying the game is good or bad. I'm just saying that 96% of the sales was on PlayStation. That says a lot. That just says a lot regarding Game Pass. Because there was another one, I don't remember what game it was. It was like 80% of the sales was on PlayStation. And people are starting to correlate that games that get released day one on Game Pass are games that are releasing kind of broken. I'm not saying there's validity to that claim. I'm just saying that that people are correlating a broken game with a day one release on Game Pass. I don't know what to say to that. You know, the Dungeons and Dragons game day one release on Game Pass, Outriders day one release on Game Pass. I think people are trying to correlate it with it being a rushed release to get it like day one release on Game Pass. What game were we talking about? We're just talking. We're all over the place. Yeah, we're just all over the place with what we're talking about. Aquafee, what's up? All right, Brandon, catch you later. I don't buy games on day one anymore unless I'm mega hype for it. I will say this. Since the PS5 release, I haven't regretted a single day one purchase. Not even Outriders. I actually liked Outriders quite a bit, and they said that they made Outriders even better. I just haven't had a chance to play Outriders since the most recent updates. But since I got my PS5, I've not regretted or been disappointed with a single purchase that I've made on my PS5, or you know, a PS5 game or whatever. So that should tell you a lot right there. But like, honestly. And those are day one purchases. Like Scarlet Nexus, I bought day one. Outriders, I bought day one. It Takes Two, I bought day one. You know, Spider-Man Miles Morales, I bought day one. I actually bought it twice. Outriders got old real fast. But that's what happens with looter shooters. That happens all the time. That's what happens all the time. I like Destiny is the same thing for me. Like, I got tired of Destiny real quick. Borderlands, same thing. Like, Borderlands, the only thing for... Okay, here's the difference between Borderlands and, like, Destiny and Outriders and all that stuff. It's the humor. That's the only reason why I can play more of Borderlands than Outriders or Destiny or any of those looter shooters, because of the humor in Borderlands. Like, Borderlands 3, I have fun playing because it's fun. It's funny. You know, like, I can enjoy myself playing that game. Now, I can't play it, like, for like a god awful amount of time, but I can still enjoy it more than, you know, than the other looter shooters. My freaking hands hurt. PS5 games are on point. They are. Look. This is how you know I have a problem. Okay, this is how you know I have a problem. Right? So I bought Miles Morales on the PS4. Right? PS4 version. I bought it on the PS5 too. Even though it has a free PS5 upgrade. I bought it because of that. For the Spider-Man remastered. Yeah. Yeah. I have a problem, guys. Why am I numb? Anybody want to tell them why I'm numb? Bang, welcome, by the way. I'm just tired of repeating it. That's all. Division 2 was a waste of $5. Damn, you spent $5 on it? I spent $2. $2 on Division 2. I got you beat. Got you beat. What does it mean when a system is the official console for the game? That means that they have money backing the game, the development of the game. Usually. That's usually what that means. So, say for example... Okay, so like Doom, right? The official console for Doom Eternal is Xbox. Why? Because Microsoft owns Bethesda. So the official console is the Xbox. Doesn't mean it's not going to play well on PlayStation, because it does. It plays fantastic on PlayStation. But that's usually what it means. That the console has, or that the game has, it's being backed by whatever console. Right? So like another example would be... Trying to think like another example. Oh, goodness. Another example would be like, let's say Horizon Zero Dawn. It's on PC and PlayStation. PlayStation's the official console or the console for the game because it's a PlayStation game. Heard Battlefield 6 is that Xbox is the official console for the game because Xbox is backing the game. That's why. They have their hands they have their hands in the pockets for Battlefield 6. That's why. So they do the marketing, they do promotional stuff, like all of that. That's why it's the official, you know. So like, okay, so here's another example. Okay, so let's say here, let's do this, like Tales of Arise. Bandai knows that their market for Tales game is going to be PlayStation. They know that. So what do? They're gonna have. I'm not saying this is gonna be 100%. Right? I'm just saying, just in general, just, you know. Bandai would have PlayStation market Tales of Arise out at like the PlayStation Showcase or all that other stuff. So that's what that means. So PlayStation would help pay for the marketing of the game because their biggest player base or their biggest target for Tales of Arise is going to be the PlayStation. It's not going to be the Xbox. I'm your old sub, by the way. Just changed YouTube channel. Okay. Kirby, you just lost your mom recently? I'm sorry to hear that, dude. EA's. Nah, you know what? I wouldn't even say that, actually. EA's EA. They're their own weird thing. Okay, let me give an example for EA. EA. Okay. Xbox game. We're not going to get into that, Ashley. It's whether or not they're getting a lot of JRPGs isn't the point. The point is the PS4's 115 million player base. That's the point that I was making. They're gonna do whatever's in their best interest, or whoever pays the most money. That's what it comes down to. So I was using Bandai marketing Tales of Arise as an example, but Xbox could just come along and be like, here's a wad of cash, we'll do your marketing. They could do that. What would happen at that point? Then Tales of Arise would probably be day one release on Xbox Game Pass. It'll probably be they'll probably see a little bit more sales on the Xbox Series X, but it still won't outdo the sales that PlayStation will see. It'll just give them a little bit more than they would normally have gotten. Should you buy a PS5 from Stock X? Depends on the price. Xbox is doing hella good in Japan this time around. Yeah, but it's still not selling that well. They can say that they're doing well over there as much as they want, but most sales these days don't really come from Japan anymore. Japan is all over the Switch, and they're getting into PC gaming. That's where Japan is at the moment. They're on PS4, the Switch, and PC gaming. The Series X and S, they're doing better than... How can I put this? They're doing better than they did with the Xbox One. But that's like saying, I walked a little bit faster today. You know, that's... Okay, yeah, I might have gotten to wherever I was going maybe like a minute faster. But if I ran there, Or if I drove a car over there, I'd get there a lot quicker. You know, it's not really like, it's not really that big a deal, to be honest with you. Not right now anyways. And I'm not saying that Xbox can't do well. I want Xbox to do well. Okay, I don't want people to think that I don't want that to happen. I want Xbox to do well. And the reason why I want Xbox to do well is because when Xbox does well, PlayStation does better. That's why I'm saying, like, I want them to do well. Competition is extremely healthy, especially when it comes to things that we enjoy. The more that one company does better, the more that the other one wants to do better. You don't want companies to get complacent and just chill wherever they are, right? And that's a problem that PlayStation has a lot. They did that with the PS3. They thought that, oh, we're riding off the heels of the PS2 and the success of the PS2, that the PS3 is going to sell like hotcakes. No, they were absolutely wrong. The PS3 sucked. And I bought a PS3. And I will tell you that outside of the JRPG exclusives that I got, you know, the collector's editions that I barely ever played, every game that I bought on PS3, if I had a 360, I could have bought it on the 360 as well. So, like, there was no real reason for me to own a PS3. But then, because of their mistakes on the PS3, Sony was like, oh shit, we gotta like fix ourselves because we got stomped on by Microsoft and the Xbox 360. And then they made the PS4, and the PS4 did phenomenally well. So that's why, like, when one company does good, the other one does better, and it's that cycle. It's a cycle that's always going to keep happening. And it's going to get to a point where eventually the companies are just going to do their own thing. Because, like, you have Nintendo, right? So, like, the Switch. Nintendo's just off in their own little world. They're just doing whatever, and they're selling a shit ton of Switches. They're making a killing, like, just chilling in their own universe. Meanwhile, Xbox and PlayStation are here fighting for whoever has the most teraflops. And that doesn't even fucking matter. Because you have some games that play better on the PlayStation and other games that play better on the Xbox. It really doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, is the game any good? Am I gonna want to buy that game? And like, that's what it comes down to, you know? $800. Jesus Christ. 300 more than MSRP. Fuck that. That better be the disc version, because if that's a digital version, you need to be slapped. That's why you got it from StockX. Super desperate. Digital Foundry shows multiplayer are better on. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, some games will play better on PS5. It's weird. Next gen games play better on PlayStation 5. Backwards compatibility games play better on the Xbox. And Austin, is it Austin Evans? When he did his review of the 360, wow. When he did his review of the Series X, he basically called it out. He's like, the Series X is really the Xbox 1.5. It doesn't feel like a next gen console, but he said that's not necessarily a bad thing though, and it's not. It's not. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, my dog is dreaming. She's like having a nightmare on my dock. Crazy dog. I want to get a brick console. Yeah. I buy a majority of my games digitally. Should I get the disc version? I honestly, I would get the disc version. I've never been. Oh, how can I put it? I've never been a type of person who likes digital. I really don't. And even if I get a game digitally, because I mean the company send me the games, right? That's so like I get games digitally, I'll still go and buy it if I enjoy the game. God damn it! Can you go ahead and just approve my request for Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, please? I'd appreciate that. You just like sitting there. Just approve it. Approve it. Approve it already. Son of a bitch. Ooh, Back for Blood open beta. Early access open beta. I'm gonna apply for this on the PS5 and PS4 and Steam. Let's go. Request key. Oh hell yeah, I'll cover that game. Kirby, get some rest. Your request has been submitted for Back for Blood. What game is this? Ender Lilies? Oh, that looks like fun. Oh, that looks like fun. I want it. Gimme. Request key. Oh, you're not... okay, Steam. Oh, how do you not have this on PlayStation? No, it says PlayStation. Oh, but you're not giving away keys for PlayStation. Why? Why? Oh, PS5 release dates today. I mean, I'd like to have the PS5 version. Back for Blood, so fucking ready. No money out of my pocket. I collect games. I do collect games, but no, I'm looking at... Okay, so some games I have to apply for the games, you know, so that way like I can have the game sent over to me. Some games the companies reach out to me and offer the games to me. So games like Back for Blood, Scarlet Nexus, things like that, I have to reach out. And it's up to the companies if they want to go ahead and, you know, send me the copy of the game or whatever. Usually indie games are the ones that they'll just like send to me and be like, hey, can you check out this game for us? And I'll be like, maybe. You know, that's usually how it goes. That's exactly how that conversation goes. Hey, check out this game. Maybe? A lot of times, I don't want to check out the game. Oh, shit. I just remembered. I have to do a live stream of Legend of Mana. I just remember that. Because Square Enix sent me Legend of Mana Remastered. I need to play that game for you guys. Why is Sony lying about restocks? They're not. They've been restocking. It's just that they get scooped up, man. Like, they've been restocking like crazy. Like, some GameStops have legit had them on their shelves. Amazon's had them restocked. But the thing is, like, Amazon bots just scoop them up. That's the problem with Amazon. Like, there's no way for you to get it because the bots just like hang around Amazon and then they just resell them for like $1,000. It's fucking stupid. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It's dumb. Like, and I wish there was a way to just stop botters or scalpers on Amazon, but there isn't. Like, Amazon has nothing in place to stop scalpers. And the thing is, like, they know that people want the PS5s because, like, you can go on Amazon and find an Xbox Series X for like relatively decent price, like $661. Yeah, it's still scalped, but I mean, it's not like $1,000, right? Or like you can find a Series S for like $370. Okay, you're paying $70 over MSRP. That's not that bad. Free shipping, that's not that bad. EA Play will be July 22nd. I know. I'm saying it right now. They're gonna announce Dead Space remaster. They're gonna wait. This is what I'm thinking for what they're doing with Dead Space. They're gonna announce Dead Space HD remaster trilogy July 22nd, and then they're gonna wait probably till the next PlayStation showcase to announce like another Dead Space game or whatever, because they'll want people to buy the HD remaster before they announce a new Dead Space game, and they'll want to kind of squash the Callisto Protocol as well from a marketing standpoint, because the Callisto Protocol is what's going to be their rival. Are you comfy there, Misty? This dog. Let me see if I can move my camera down some more. I don't think I can. No, I won't. You won't be able to see her. Actually, if I zoom out. Ah! What are you doing? You're gonna fall. Oh my god, this dog. Speaking of Jake's ears must have been ringing. Nike has the same issues. Dude, it's nuts. It's all over the place. It's not just PS5s. It's PS5s. It's GPUs, graphics cards. It's power supplies. Like, you can't fucking buy a high-end power supply for a computer right now. You can get lucky and maybe get an 850 watt power supply. That's what I got. I got an EVGA 850 watt power supply, but it was like the last one in stock at my Best Buy. Like, I just happened to walk in and they had it in stock. Normally, I would have asked Omnitos to help me get whatever I need because he works at Best Buy. So I would have asked him, hey, can you order it for me because he gets a discount? And he usually gets a pretty decent discount. So like, he'll order it for me to pick it up at the local Best Buy that's by me. And But because this was the only one available at my Best Buy, and somebody could have just walked in and bought it, I was like, fuck it, I gotta buy it because I need it. So I bought it. You know what won't be on PlayStation? Perfect Dark Reboot. And I don't care. I was kind of impartial to the first Perfect Dark that was on N64 anyways. Jake, no, we were talking about you before. Because I was saying, that, like, I think you told me you were getting married, or like you have a fiance or something. I don't remember. But yeah, like you can't, like the bots are just fucking ridiculously out of hand right now. For Best Buy workers have one of the best discounts out there. Okay. All right, Michael, let me put it to you this way. What's a good example? Okay, so this graphics card, right? Not graphics card. This capture card, right? So this is the capture card that I have for my PS5 and all that. Like I needed to get this capture card because my old capture card couldn't capture. I mean, it could capture the PS5, but only at 1060 or 1060 at 1080, 60 FPS. Where this can do 4K 60 or 1080, I think 120. Because it's pass through. So anyways, sorry, just 240. I'm sorry, 240 hertz pass through. So anyways, I forgot what the price was on this initially, but he got like it was like $60 off or something like that. It's fucking cheap, bro. Fucking cheap. I have a baby on the way. That's what it was. That's what it was. That you have a baby on the way. Not that you're getting married. It was that you have a baby on the way. That's what it was. I was saying that like when you first found the channel, you were like 16. And now you have a baby. We were just talking about stuff like that. I don't care about PS5 anymore. I'm gonna buy a Switch and play games on it. Dude, the Switch is a fantastic system though. Fantastic. Like if my kids didn't hog my Switch all the time, it'd be in this room. I've been saying like I need to get another Switch, but right now with us buying a house, that's not happening. So that's gotta wait. It's gotta wait. Usually buy my games from Retro Games where I live. So I went into 8-Bit Hall of Fame today. And the guy has Silent Hill. He has a Silent Hill. Like mint condition Silent Hill. Black label. Sitting on the shelf. Just calling out to me. And I'm like, I don't have the money right now. I want to, but I can't. I just can't. It's just sitting there, man. It's calling my name to buy it. And watch, after we move, that Silent Hill's not gonna be there anymore. Watch. Like freaking hell, dude. Like and the thing is, like, I would walk into his shop, and every time I walk into his shop, I'd ask him. I was like, "Hey, do you have a Silent Hill? Have you gotten a Silent Hill? I'm looking for a Silent Hill. Let me know when you get a Silent Hill in." Now he has a Silent Hill when I can't buy one. If I wasn't buying a house, I'd buy that Silent Hill. Because god damn it, man. God damn it. PS5 equals faster PS4 with 4K 120 hertz. No, don't kid yourself. No. Well, Sam, don't kid yourself there. Dude, Saga, I can walk into any store in my area and pick up a Nintendo Switch. They're all over the place. They are all over the place. And I wish I was exaggerating. I could walk over to Walmart tomorrow morning and pick up a Nintendo Switch if I wanted to. Walmart, Target, Best Buy, GameStops around here, they all have Switches. All of them. You want a Switch Lite? They have Switch Lite. You want a regular Switch? They got a regular Switch. Scalpers, bots and scalpers are not getting Nintendo Switches. That's not what's hot. They're going after PS5s. PS5 equals faster. I read that already. But yeah, don't kid yourself on that 120 hertz FPS. It's really not. You would think it would be, but it's really not. The only game that I've seen run at 120 FPS is Borderlands 3. But it's 1080p 120 FPS. My chat got stuck. Hold on. I have to reload. The fuck is a puppet combo game? What game do you think Hideo Kojima is working on for Xbox? I have no idea. It's not a Death Stranding sequel. It's not a Silent Hill game. I have no idea. And it's definitely not Metal Gear. What's with the background music? The background music is music from me and Ronnie. Why isn't it? Hold on. I gotta put a link for you. Hold on. You know what? While I'm doing this, let me go ahead and just fucking reset something. Not reset it. That's not what word I was looking for. Hold on. Let me get the music. I'm gonna get the link for the music for you. That's not it either. What the? Ah, there it is. Hold on. I'm going to update the description to include the Spotify playlist. All right, there you go. Fuck, you know what I noticed? And I didn't want to say anything till now, but you guys really like this kind of stream, don't you? We're just kind of just talk. I'd like it's so weird. So weird that you guys are like, you know, you actually like this, you know, this kind of stream. No, won't be Metal Gear because Metal Gear is owned by Konami. Won't be Metal Gear. Hideo Kojima can't touch Metal Gear without Konami. Is Switch Lite good to get it? I'd just go for the regular Switch. I wouldn't go for the Switch Lite. Just because, like, you can't connect the Switch Lite to a TV or monitor. I'd just rather get the regular Switch. But wait. Don't buy a Switch yet. Wait for the Switch Pro. Switch Pro is coming out really soon. Just wait a little bit. That's the thing. I don't think I would connect it to TV, so it'd be good going with Switch. Just wait, Michael. Either way, just wait. Wait for the new Switch. It's gonna have a bigger screen, better battery life. It's gonna have a higher end graphics processor in there. It's not gonna be screaming if you're playing like Breath of the Wild. The biggest problem with the Switch and the Switch Lite has this problem as well, because the Switch Lite's always in handheld mode. When you play a game in handheld mode, it kills the FPS, it kills the quality of the games. Not all the games, but a good portion of the games. So, wait. Okay? Just wait. You're better off. Like, especially you're not in a rush to get the Switch. And there's a lot there's a lot to take into consideration here. Think about what this year is for Nintendo. What are they celebrating this year? There's two things that they're celebrating this year. The first is Pokemon 25th anniversary. The second is the 35th anniversary of Legend of Zelda. With that in consideration, what do you think they're going to do? They're most likely going to release a Legend of Zelda Switch and a Pokemon Switch to celebrate those anniversaries. Keep in mind that we have Skyward Sword coming out, Skyward Sword HD coming out, and they're probably going to release another Zelda game as well. We also have Diamond and Pearl remakes coming out in, I think, October. And we have next year the Arceus game coming out. So just keep that in mind. They're gonna want to release those with the they're gonna want to release those with like a revised Switch. Cooper, what's up? Problem is that I'm traveling at the end of the year, so by the time I settle, it's gonna be out of stock. Dude, they pump out Switches so freaking quick that like you don't have to worry about it. Honestly, you really don't have to worry about it. You'll be all right. 35th Zelda anniversary. They ain't doing shit right now. They will. They will. Nintendo's sneaky. Okay, just look what they did last year. Out of nowhere, Mario 3D All-Stars. Out of nowhere. And it you know, it dropped like 2 months after they announced it. Look at Paper Mario and the Origami King. They announced it 2 months later. They released the game. So I wouldn't put it past them to just all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, here's you know, this is what we're doing for the Zelda 35th anniversary. Besides Skyward Sword, you know, here's what we're doing. You know, whether be it Zelda 3D All-Stars or whatever, you know, whatever. Watch, I wouldn't put it past them, and then like, you know, oh, by the way, it's releasing in 2 months. So I can kind of see that. Also, look at what they did with Metroid, right? They just announced Metroid Dread and it releases in October. That's like right around the corner. Thank you for the playlist and the Back for Blood open beta reminder. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I need new music. I do. I need new music. I'm hurt because Mario got like 5 games and Pokemon got a clothing line, new plushies, McDonald's Pokemon cards, new games, and Zelda remaster game, and a Game & Watch. I'm hurt. Chill. Chill. They're not done. Come on now. You know better than that. They are not done. Although I'm going to end up buying that Game & Watch. Because it's Zelda. I didn't buy the Mario one. But the Zelda one, I'm going to end up buying that. Because it's Zelda. Next year is the 35th anniversary for Metroid. So, I wouldn't put it past them to announce Metroid Prime for next year. Metroid Prime 4 for next year. Nintendo needs to give Kid Icarus more games. Yeah. Kid Icarus, it's not a hugely popular franchise. Like when I say like hugely popular, it's not a massively selling franchise, you know. Still no love for Zelda. You know they're gonna release something. You know they are. They're gonna release like the 5th port of Wind Waker HD. You know. Yeah, like think about it this way, right? So they released Mario 3D All Stars. I think what was it, November, and they took it away in March. So you know they're gonna drop something. It's just they don't want to overshadow Skyward Sword HD. They want people to buy Skyward Sword HD. If they announce something now besides Skyward Sword HD, less people are gonna buy Skyward Sword. So they want people to buy Skyward Sword. And then they can go ahead and announce whatever else they're going to. And then they will, you know, move forward from there. I made up your mind about buying the Castlevania Advanced Collection. I completely forgot about it, Ashley, to be honest with you. I don't know how much it is. I don't know anything about it. Let's see. Castlevania Advanced Collection. Do I like, is there any, there's not enough information on it. I don't know when it's releasing. I don't know when it's how much it costs. I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. It was filed on June 9th and was awarded it. Okay. What games is it going to have? I don't know what games it's going to have. So it's just, so in the leak, it's Circle of Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, and Area of Sorrow. I mean, all of those are good games. But nothing's confirmed on it. You want Earthbound Remaster? Alright, Misty. Alright, you need to go. You need to get down. You're like making my legs sweat. Come on. You can go lay down there. There you go, Misty. I don't know if release it. Yeah, because there isn't one. Kid Icarus Uprising was a good game, so we need more Kid Icarus. Look, Nintendo's gonna make what sells. And the things that sell for Nintendo are Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, and more Mario. That's pretty much it, honestly. All the other stuff is just like extra stuff. That's why we haven't really had a Metroid game in a while, because Other M didn't sell for shit. And hell, we haven't even had a Star Fox game in a while. When was the last time we had a Star Fox game? I don't even freaking know. Let me see. Star Fox. When was the last game that we had? Star Fox 2. I don't count Star Fox 2. Because that was them re-releasing, like finishing up Star Fox 2 and re-releasing that. Was it Star Fox 0? Ugh, Star Fox 0 was the last one we had, and that one wasn't. That was a rail shooter. Like, who thought that was a good idea? It was 2016. So it's been 5 years since the last Star Fox game that we had. And that one wasn't even a good one. So the last good Star Fox game we had, Star Fox Command was alright. It's 2006? Jesus. Yeah, Nintendo's very picky. Yeah. I mean, they're... Think about it this way. If you're running a company, wouldn't you want to push out the products that are selling? Have you upgraded a Plague Tale Innocence yet? I guess you didn't see the video that I put out. Just hope they don't do a freaking Crash and Spyro thing again. What do you mean? Like, when they did the trilogy remasters? Those were good remasters, though. God, you know what game I want a remake of? It's never gonna happen, but you know what game I want a remake of? Vagrant Story. They need to fucking remake Vagrant Story. Like, that would be a really good game to remake from, like, on Square Enix's part. It's never gonna happen, but god damn, they should do it. Want an N64 Mini to come out? That'd be great. Just typing something. Okay. Legend of Dragoon would be a good remake too. But I mean, Legend of Dragoon's not Square Enix. I want Square Enix to remake Vagrant Story. That's... If you never played Vagrant Story, that's a good fucking game. Difficult as hell. That was the Dark Souls before Dark Souls. Like, people want to say, oh yeah, it's a Souls-like game. No, it's a Vagrant Story-like game. GameCube Mini. Listen, the GameCube was already a mini. Played mini discs. Nintendo's planning on making an animated Mario movie by Illumination. Really? I don't know how I feel about that. You want a remake of Dark Cloud 1 and 2? There's a lot of people who want a remake of Dark Cloud. I'm surprised they haven't done that. I'm surprised they haven't even thought about that. I wouldn't put it past them to eventually do like another Dark Cloud game though. Like if there's enough want for it, I wouldn't put it past them. Time is it's 2:24. All right, I think it's time, guys. I think it's time to head out. I also like Crash and Spyro remakes, but I was talking about the Game Boy crossovers. Game Boy crossovers? I don't know what Game Boy crossovers you're talking about. Level 5 Games Company is still together. Yeah, but who owns Dark Cloud? Here, before I go, let me find out who owns Dark Cloud. Let's see. Yeah, that's a Sony developed or Sony published game. So it's owned by PlayStation or Sony. Yeah, those are Sony games. Interesting. Rogue Galaxy is Rogue Galaxy is actually Dark Cloud 3. Like it's the same development team and all that. Originally it was going to be called Dark Cloud 3, but then they changed it to Rogue Galaxy. I didn't know that. I just saw that right now. Need more streams like this. Yeah, publisher was Sony. So Sony owns the Dark Cloud franchise. Yep, Sony owns Rogue Galaxy as well. Alright, I'm gonna head out though. I'm gonna try to get some rest. Tomorrow's gonna be a busy day. Or, well, today's gonna be a busy day, I should say. I already know it. Everybody, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I will see you guys later. I don't know what's gonna happen today, so if there's no stream, understand why. So, till then, peace out.